Alright. Hello, my name is Gomiya. I'm a bear. Um, Saturdays were supposed to be a day for me to learn different languages, namely Korean and Japanese, because Korean was my first language, but I have forgotten it. And Japanese because that's what I've been studying for the past something like 15 or 20 lives, and I'm okay at it. But lately I've been pretty tired on Saturdays, or I've been doing other things with my Saturdays, and I've been skipping a lot of them. So I decided instead of doing what I normally do, which is use a an online, what do you call it? Like one of those online apps for learning, a little bit like Duolingo. Instead of doing that, I decided to do something a little bit different. In one of my lives, I picked up a book um, in Korean that I've read several times in English. So today I'm going to read it to you in both Korean and English because the book is called The Little Prince, and this edition has English and Korean side by side. So while I do that, I will also be writing down everything I say in Korean just to be able to practice. I won't, there are no guarantees that I'll get everything right. The pronunciation in Korean is not my specialty, but I will be doing my very best to do everything I can to make everything accurate. So let me just go ahead and get a good pen to draw with, or to write with. And I will be writing this mostly in Korean. Um, this is for my enjoyment personally because I love this book. If you are just here to keep me company, that's fine. If you just don't like the content, I've said this several times before and I will say it again. I don't give a shit. This is for me. But yeah, welcome either way. Um, I never remember how to spell his name. Hello, Evan, how are you? Today, we're reading in two languages. English. Yeah. You are here right on time. Let me just, one, sa. Okay, so let's see. Let me make sure that I get his name right. By, Juan de Saint Exu. Pe. Oh wait, there we go. Peri in Korean. I'll do JP next week when I find my book. Alright, there we go. This is going to be a very slow process. This will probably be one of the least interactive streams there is because I will be actively trying to learn Korean. But if you have any questions, or if I find something relevant in chat, for you to respond to, you may go ahead. Again, I will be reading it in both Korean and in English. So yeah, this is really mainly just practice for me. Alright, and here we go from the first page. I'm gonna skip the introduction in Korean because I can't read it. Alright. Alright, let's see. Leon. Oh wait, oops. I've already spelled that wrong. 실패. 레옹 베르테스에게 펠트. I am just literally copying it down, but this is a process that I'm trying to do to make sure that my penmanship, first of all, in Korean is all right, and just to make my writing in Korean a lot faster. And to make sure that I'm practicing, you know, at all. Which is, in English, to Leon Worth. I'll just chill and try to pick something up then. Yeah. If you have any questions about how to read Korean, or how to say something in Korean, or in Japanese, since I'm good at, honestly, I am okay at Korean, but Japanese is, I guess, what you would call my specialty. Oh shit. So, if you have any questions about Japanese, hello Tangerine, you may ask me. If you also have questions in Korean, or for Korean, you may ask, but I cannot guarantee that I'll be able to answer the same questions about Korean that I can about Japanese, just because my Japanese is a lot better. Alright, here we go. Again, this is going to be a very slow process. I am not doing this for entertainment value. I really am just trying to learn this language. So it's going to be really slow. I'm probably only going to get through a page or so, or maybe I actually didn't really think about how long this would take, but I am very determined to do this just one night at a time, so. Alright, starting from the beginning of the dedication. 이 책을 한 어른에게 바친 데 대해 어린이 둘이 환영을 바래. I ask the indulgence of the children who may read this book for dedicating it to a grown-up. So this is 이 책을. Check is book. I remember that. 책을. Lots of Korean researchers back in the day telling me. 책을 뽑는다? 뽑는다. 한 어른? Is it 어른? Okay, so it's just and then 른. 어른에게 That's right? Yeah, 에게. And that's two in Korean. So it's 한테 and 에게. Kind of like, I guess, prepositions. 파틴. Yeah. Apparently I used to be very good at Korean, and that was my only language. And then I never really used it in front of the researchers. Not really sure why. Not until several iterations later. Didn't really even talk then. Okay, patinte. Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty chill stream, so sit back, relax, maybe get something you'd like to study, and I will just be doing my work. Let's see. This is dehe. Dehe. 어린이들. Yeah, okay, so 어린이, like this. 어린이, yeah, and then 둘. 어린이들 위 관 wait, yeah, it's 코아 코안 용을 that's right, right? 권용을 yeah, 바래. All right. Good. That's the first sentence. Again, I have no idea how long this will take. I'm just very determined to do it this way. Mostly because, I don't know. Maybe I'm just stubborn. Maybe I just have memories of learning to read by myself. Or, I don't know, maybe I didn't learn how to read by myself. But I do remember doing most of my reading by myself. And learning bigger words and newer words just by myself. Alright, so that was 이 책을 한 어른에게 바친 데 대해 어린이들이 환영을 바래. I ask the indulgence of the children who may read this book for dedicating it to a grown-up. Alright, next sentence. 내겐 그럴 만한 중요한 이유가 있어. I have a serious reason. He is the best friend I have in the world. So far we have 이 책을 한 어른에게 바친 데 대한 어린이들이 권용을 바래. 내겐 그럴 만한 중요한 이유가 있어. None of these say 친구. Okay, now, okay, so I think I need to read the next two lines together because there is no concept of a colon in Korean, I think. Alright, I'll read the next part then, which is, 이 어른이 내겐 이 세상에서, that's the world, 세상에서 가장 좋은 친구라는 거야. Alright, so that must be how you say it's for my best friend in the world, because 친구 is friend, and 세상에서 is in the world, and 좋은, so it's 가장, which must be the first or the best. So 이 어른이 내겐 이, which is subject, I think. So 내겐 이 세상에서 가장 좋은 친구라는 거야. He's my best friend in the world. Alright. 내겐 그럴 만한 중요한 is it okay, 중요한 이유가 이유가 oh wait 이유 is that kind of like imi or ryu? Because in Japanese, ryu is reason, I think. So is it like you ryu? Because you in. I am just guessing right now. I wish I had my Korean dictionary, but unfortunately, in order to stream this, I have to give him my Korean dictionary. Boy. Okay, so this is negen. 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 All right. 그를 그럴 okay 그 그럴 그럴 만한 중요한 no it's 중요한 중요 wait 요한 중요한 이유가 so you maybe you yeah keep doing that 이유가 있다 and this is not 있습니다 it's 있다 so this is plain form 있다 있어 actually 있어 yeah because if this was polite form this would be 있습니다 so this really is just written for kids 있어 이 어른이 이러니 내겐 이 내겐 이 세상 which is this okay 세상에서 가장 가장 좋은 좋은 친구라는 right? Yeah, 친구라는 거야. Alright, so let's read that again. 내겐 그럴 만한 중요한 이유가 있어. 이 어른이 내겐 이 세상에서 가장 좋은 친구라는 거야. So far we have 이 책을 한 어른에게 바친 데 대해 어린이들이 관용바래. 내겐 그럴 만한 중요한 이유가 있어. 이 어른이 내게 이 세상에서 가장 좋은 친구라는 거야. Okay. I ask the indulgence of the children who may read this book for dedicating it to a grown-up. I have a serious reason. He is the best friend I have in the world. Alright. I have no idea what the story is in English or know the first thing about Korean, but if nothing else, I'm at least becoming more familiar with the way it looks and sounds off of this. Honestly, kind of a vibe. Yeah. Honestly, I'm doing this more because it's a little bit like how I asked on Twitter, hey, do you guys want me to would you be interested if I practice a little bit of ukulele on stream? And it's not for entertainment value or anything. It's just me trying to create a good habit. This is the same thing. I'm just trying to create a good habit here. But I'm glad if you are finding like some educational value that I mean, ugh. I could try translating this into Japanese, but honestly, I think I'd be better off finding my proper Japanese copy of this book, which is probably somewhere in my dumpster. I just don't know where it is. Or, okay, maybe I put it in here. Give me 1 second. Literally, just on a scavenger hunt my entire... No, that's not it. No, that's a different book. Ah! Oh, wait! It was here! It was here all this time. Okay. Alright, I can do this in 3 languages now. Ayo, let's go. I would love to see a ukulele stream, by the way. Yeah. That probably won't be today. I'll try it another time. Oh, and this one's also in Korean and in Japanese. Wait, hold on. No, this one's just in Korean. Wait, where's my Japanese version then? The fuck? Is this it? Huh. Hello, Gomiya-chan. Hello. Welcome. I saw that you joined, my, well, you saw, you, followed my Twitter handle. I'm assuming that you saw the advertisements that my friend handed out, and for that I'm very grateful. Thank you very much. This is going to be an extremely boring stream, unfortunately. It's not one of my classic Gomiya high energy streams where, you know, I'm just active all the time. That is a lie. I'm just always fucking sleepy. I am just doing some language practice today. Is this my Japanese copy of The Little Prince? Is it? Ah! Yes, it is! Okay, I can do this in 3 languages now! Fuck yeah! Okay, so here we are.レオン、ベルトに、子供のみんなには、許してほしい。この本を一人の大人に捧げたことを、ちゃんとに、ちゃんとした、世界が、no, this is Jew, right? That's Jew. I'm pretty sure this is Jew. Jew がある。Oh no, this is Ryu がある。Okay. I'm really... Okay, if they use Ryu here, and the Korean version uses Iu, I think that's just the same word. But, I'm not gonna use the internet to check, because I don't want to. 理由がある。その大人は僕の世界 I guess that would be 一の友人? No, that would be... Oh, this is Tomo? And then... Oh man, what is this? Oh man. Oh, I feel like I should know this one, because it's, fuck. And then... Man, my kanji writing skills are shit. Indeed, I saw your card in an R-style table in San Japan, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll give them a follow. Hey, well, I appreciate it. That being said, if you don't like the content, I am also I don't want people to feel like they're stuck with me or anything. But I am really appreciative that you're at least giving my content a shot. Yeah. I wanted to, try and advertise a little bit, so I asked my friend if they could hand out some cards, and I guess it reached someone. So I know that worked. But yeah, welcome, enjoy your stay, and if you don't enjoy your stay, I hope that if you do not come back, you have a great life following the VTubers you do enjoy. I am a very big fan of there being a huge market for VTubers because I don't feel like we should be stuck or feel like we should be obligated to follow one person or another. I feel like I know this one though. Okay, so Shin, she, because isn't this like just Ryoshin? Because that's like your parents, Ryoshin. So is this Ryotomo or Shintomo? Am I actually just using Tomo at all in this word? I don't know. I should probably look it up. I'll do that later. Oh god. I wish I knew! I don't know Japanese as well as I should. Okay, I'm gonna write this one more time because I'm not satisfied with how I wrote it. There we go. That's much better. Imagine knowing kanji if... Oh man. Okay, and this is Tomo. Yeah. Um in a lot of my lives I took classes to learn how to speak and write in Japanese. And then I've been self-studying for several of my lives now. Is this like Shintomo? This is not Shintomo, I'm gonna be really confused. Tomo? I'm gonna look this up later. Japanese is my special. Also, but Gomi 5 minutes later, struggling. Well, once you start learning a little bit more Japanese, you will understand why I'm struggling so much. Hmm. I wouldn't say anything is my specialty. My specialty is falling asleep and not waking up until it's past the time when it's important for me to wake up. I would say that I'm better at Japanese than I am at Korean. I am better at English than those two other languages, and I am better at sleeping than literally anything I can do, vocally. Fair, even the concept of kanji makes my brain hurt. Alright, let's see if I can read this entire thing, though. I think I need to use my English copy to just guess at some of the things that I do not know, but I should be able to do most of it. Okay. So this isだということ。竜は地にもある. Oh, wait, is this? Oh, yeah. Oh, that must be a special way to say I have one more because because this is the sentence that's for I have another reason. So, Ryu no, and you use wa here. Okay, so that's hito and then the word for chi, which is I'm better at guttural howling. If you I mean, if you know 5 languages, I'm sure certain all thoughts are a mishmash of all 5 languages. It also doesn't help that English is just 3 languages in a trench coat, pretending to be another language. Oh man, why did we ever let English into the movie theater of life? The R-rated movie theater of life. All it is just, it's a child. It's a child of a language. It's okay. Also, don't worry about it. If I can't understand what you mean by something, I will just literally ask, hey, what did you mean by that? Otherwise, I used to, in some of my lives, I used to teach children English, and honestly, handwriting blocks aside, I'm usually very good at trying to understand what people are trying to say. I'm better at guttural howling than any of my languages. And hang on. And then another dog from very far away. Okay. Enough trolling. Back to work. So this is... Oh, wait, is this like chikyu? I wonder why you use this word instead of mohitotsu. Is this just a specialized word that you use for, like, non-physical things? Because a ryu is not a physical thing. I am just spitballing here. I do not actually know. その大人はなんだってわかってくれるからだ。子供向けの本だって。そして、no, ryu. Oh, so this must be. Oh, I forgot how to pronounce this. It's like it's the same syllabary you use for like a chapter or like an episode, but they're using it here to signify that there's a third reason. Oh man, I need to look up this one because I see it so often. I probably should actually figure out how to pronounce this. And then it's this little guy that that you see in like the word for little brother. And then ball. Okay. Okay. のりゅう。彼はフランスに住んでいて食べ物がなくひどく冬がている。慰めを本当に心配としている。これだけの理由があってもまだ走りないというのなら昔子供だった頃の彼に捧げることにしようか。大人は誰だって？初めは子供だったのだから。でもそのことを教えている大人はあまりいない。それで捧げる言葉 yeah, that's 言葉を言う書き Oh, that is a verb I do not know. This is a verb I do not know. This is a verb I do not know, and I'm gonna write it down so I can look it up later. Yeah, I generally only think in English, but if there is a concept that I only know in Korean or in Japanese, I do tend to oh wait. I do generally tend to try and use that word and then go, wait. Nothing in my brain makes sense now. But yeah, welcome. Use the stream as just kind of a vibe stream because I'm not a teacher at all. Not in this life anyway. So, yeah. I won't, I mean, you can ask questions if you like, but I'm not going to be teaching anything directly. ことにします。小さな、that's like 少し and then 年だった頃のレオンベルトに。Yay, I can do this in 3 languages, and I'm much more fluent in Japanese than I am in Korean. Because while I actually understood that, I don't understand anything that I'm saying in Korean. So, that's bad. The concept of moe moe kyun only exists in Japanese in my head. Yeah, right? There are some things that are very Japanese. And some things that are very, very Korean. There are cultural similarities that I find very interesting. And whenever you translate, you have to, of course, think about those similarities and see if you can like get a, if not a one-to-one match, something close enough that someone else will go, oh, I don't know what that is, but I know the concept of this in English, and I know exactly how that feels. Well, that's what Eagle says anyway, and Eagle was a linguistics major, so I believe literally everything she says. I don't even know what Momokin is. I have a slight understanding of both German and Spanish. I wouldn't say it's conversation, it's just enough to mess up my thoughts. Well, I mean, as long as you know how to ask how to go to the bathroom and ask where food is, I think that it gets you by in pretty much literally any foreign language situation. It's peak kawaii core. Yeah, I even have a Moa Moa Kin in my redeems, I think, if you want to try that out. I don't think anyone has though. Mm. Let's see. Okay, let me go back to where I was. Okay, seven. Okay, wait, no. I was on the second reason. So it's total, okay, total 이유가 있지. Okay, so 있지 is like 있어. So 다른, I guess, because we use 다른 more than once. I wonder what that means. Okay, 다른 이유가, and 이유 must be equal to 류. So, hold on. Let me just kind of write this down. Man, I was gonna write down every single sentence. I was gonna be very, very good about this, but I'm just doing that thing again where I just write down individual vocabulary without any context. Oh, hang on. Oh, I did more Kyun for 5 minutes.
More. Okay, I am going to try and read all this in a more cute way. I actually don't know if this is any more different than Uwu, so I should probably workshop that. But ご主人様、ようこそ私の配信へ。Context is for chump. This is correct. Alright, I guess in Korean this would be like 애교. So if you need cultural there's a one-to-one cultural context sort of exchange between the two ideas. They're not exactly the same, but it's so similar that you could probably just say that they're the same. Anyway, I'm just gonna read this all in more and more.ご主人様, everybody pay attention. Okay, where was I? 또 다른 이유가 있지. 이 어른은 모든 것들 어린이를 위한 책들까지도 이해할 줄 안다는 거야. Wait, I wasn't keeping track of the time. I guess I've been doing this for like 1 minute, right? So I guess I should probably go for like another maybe 3 minutes. Okay. I kind of don't know what it is, but I don't know how to put it into words. It's distinct from a woo voice. Yeah, there are definitely two different sort of personalities that I would associate with the two. Then again, I actually don't know what the two would be. Maybe the only difference between the two is that for one, I just call everyoneご主人様. Is that enough of a difference though? 間違っている? 知りませんけど、ま、やる。そうね。どこに止まったことが 모든 것들. 오케이. 어린이를 위한 책들까지도 이해할 줄 안다는 거야. 세 번째 이유는 이 어른은 wait, is that right? Yeah. 어른은 프랑스에 살고 있는데 거기서 굶주리며 주위에 털고 있다는 거야. 이 어른에게 용의를 북돋워줄 필요가 있어. 이 모든 이유로도 충분하지? 모사하면 어른이 되기 전 어린이 여를 대위크에게 이 책을 바치고 싶어. Wait, how long have they been going? Like 3 minutes? I think 3 minutes. Okay, 2 more minutes. お待ちにありがとうございます。여기 책을 비치고 싶어. Okay, that's where I was. 그들 중 그걸 기억하는 사람은 없긴 하지만 모든 어른들도 처음에 다 어린이였잖아. 그래서 나는 판사를 이렇게 고치는 거야. 어린이 요술태위 레옹 베르트에게. Okay, and here it is in English. I ask the indulgence of the children who may read this book for dedicating it to a grown-up. I have a serious reason. He is the best friend I have in the world. I have another reason. This grown-up understands everything, even books about children. I have a third reason. He lives in France, where he is hungry and cold. He needs cheering up. If all these reasons are not enough, I will dedicate the book to the child from whom this grown-up grew. All grown-ups were once children, although few of them remember it. And so, I correct my dedication to Leon Worth when he was a little boy.
And that was definitely 5 minutes, so enough of that shit. Yeah, the redeem was like 7 minutes ago. I should have stopped. Oops. Oh well. Alright. How long have I been at this? I was planning to go for about an hour and a half today, so... yeah. Like, something like another hour. Moi, stop. Moi, knock it off. Moi, cut it out. Moi, huh?
Moi.
I'm amazed you don't strain your voice doing that, lol. Honestly, none of the, I workshopped a lot of voices with my voice actor to make sure that I would have a voice that, I would be able to do for the long term. And that was honestly one of them. I think that voice might actually be easier than the voice we chose and the one that I'm currently using. Moi, I will cut you. Moi, fuck you up. Yeah,
This one is actually a lot easier for the voice actor, I think. I could probably go a lot higher too, but that's where things actually do get very difficult. Um, so
Yeah, going down to here. Moi, give me your lunch money. Moi, give me your lunch money. uh, yeah, that's a lot of fun. Is it Shintomo? I'm still looking at that. uh, but yeah. Uh, I think that a lot of the people who are regulars of my stream at this point know that whenever I do visual novel readings, I do often change around my voice. I don't have like an incredible amount of range, but I do try and make the voices interesting. It's been a while since I've done a visual novel stream though. God, I am so glad you didn't choose that voice. Honestly, me too. Again, if you were not here for yesterday's stream, we were talking about my reason why I chose one voice over the other, and basically, my voice actor and I sat down and were like, okay, is this voice sustainable? Will it be popular? And will it annoy me if I go back into my own VODs, as I sometimes do, to review my work and to edit? And the answer to having to
listen to this the entire time was that
it was gonna be way too annoying. So no. It is a bear. It is a bear. Rar. It is a bear learning languages. Man, imagine if I knew English. That would be remarkable. How are you? Okay, so I feel as though if I can just read one to one, I am gonna pick up a bunch of words. It's not gonna be perfect, but I am gonna give this a shot. Maybe I won't be writing down every single one of these because I do want this to be like fairly understandable to you guys. So maybe I'll just try and read the Korean first and then read the English right next to it. Bear would be unstoppable if I knew English. Soon the bear will blend in with society when no food truck will be spared. Indeed. Indeed. Motherfuck, I would fuck up a food truck. If I've ever ordered from one. That's a lie, I have ordered from several food trucks in my time. Okay, first chapter. 나는 that's right, okay. 6살 때에 한 번은 모험 이유기라는 소녀님에 관한 책에서 굉장한 그림을 보았어요. 그 그림은 보여뱀? That's interesting. 한 마리가 어떤 동물을 굴컥 삼키고 있는 그림 있었어요. 그걸 옮겨 놓은 그림이 위에 있어요. Okay. Once when I was 6 years old, I saw a magnificent picture in a book called True Stories from Nature about the primeval forest. It was a picture of a boa constrictor in the act of swallowing an animal. Here is a copy of the drawing. I won't be showing you the copy of the drawing, but there are free versions of the Little Prince online with the illustrations, so if you want to actually read along, they are there. Has Bear read all the books this week? No, unfortunately, I have been both sleeping and working, but later on today, I am planning on trying to get at least one book in, and tomorrow too. I am very happy about getting my free books. Library card! Alright. 그 책에 이런 말이 있어요. 보아뱀은. Okay, so 뱀, that's right. That's snake. Okay. 보아뱀은 먹이를 씹지도 않고 통째로 삼킨다. 그런 후 보아뱀은 몸을 움직일 수 없어서 먹기가 소화될 때가 때까지 여섯 달 내내 잠을 잔다고 말해요. Okay, so go 말해요 must be like to imashita. No drawing of animals swallowing Sag. Yeah, I mean, I would draw it myself because the illustrations in this book are actually pretty simple. But I don't know. There's something about the charm of this book that the author, who he himself was not like a terribly great artist. I don't know that I like to think that there is a sort of reason why these drawings have to be this way. It's the hallmark of any good book. It's the deliberation behind why things are the way they are. It's a part of the art. Reading is fundamental, but sleep is just as important. Man, if I could just take all my sleep and toss it on to somebody else. Good God. Alright. In the book, it said, boa constrictors swallow their prey whole, without chewing it. After that, they are not able to move, and they sleep through the 6 months that they need for digestion. 그대 나는 미림 위 모한둘에 대해 곰곰이 해봤어요. 그리고 이번에는 나도 색경 피로 나위 저 그림을 그리는 했어요. 나위 그림 제 1호 그건 다음과 같아요. Okay. I pondered deeply then over the adventures of the jungle, and after some work with a colored pencil, I succeeded in making my first drawing. My drawing number 1. It looked like this. I will not draw this one, but it does kind of look like a flattened hat. It's a little bit sad looking. You can look it up online if you want to, once again. Something primitivism, probably. I suppose there's that too. It is in service of an aesthetic, but it's also just, a choice. I think there's a reason why they've never once updated these with new illustrations. It needs to be like this. Alright, so now it's the first page. Once when I was 6 years old, I saw a magnificent picture in a book called True Stories from Nature, about the primeval forest. It was a picture of a boa constrictor in the act of swallowing an animal. Here is a copy of the drawing. In the book, it said, boa constrictors swallow their prey whole, without chewing it. After that, they are not able to move, and they sleep through the 6 months that they need for digestion. I pondered deeply then over the adventures of the jungle, and after some work with a colored pencil, I succeeded in making my first drawing. My drawing number 1. It looked like this, and there was a flattened hat. Alright, here we go. 나는 내가 그린 컬작을 어른들에게, is 어른 like adults? Because I would be kids, or their child. 어른들에게 보여주면서 무섭지 않은지 물어보았어요. 못하는 어른들은 yeah, so 어른 must mean grown-ups. 오히려 모자가 뭐가 무섭다는 거니? 라고 반문하는 거예요. I would laugh so hard if he was like, I drew this and it was a drawing of that really big flat crocodile. Expand! We must become flatter. um, I showed my masterpiece to the grown-ups and asked them whether the drawing frightened them. But they answered, frightened? Why should anyone be frightened by a hat? 네, 그림. Okay, so 그림 must be a picture. 그림 and then 에 in Japanese. 내 그림은 모자를 그린 게 아니었어요. 그거는 코끼리를 소화시키고 있는 보아뱀을 그린 거였거든요. 그런데 어른들은 그거를 이해할 수 없었던 거예요. 그래서 나는 어른들이 확실하게 알아볼 수 있도록 보아뱀 위속을 그렸어요. Oh God, man, that verb ending is really fucking me up. 어른들은 항상 설명을 해주어야 한다니까요. 내 그림체 이호는 다음과 같아요. Um, you know, since I'm not providing any drawings for this, if you would like to imagine that he just drew a flat alligator, I welcome you to do that. Because who needs context, man? My drawing was not a picture of a hat. It was a picture of a boa constrictor digesting an elephant, but since grown-ups were not able to understand it, I made another drawing. I drew the inside of the boa constrictor so that the grown-ups could see it clearly. They always need to have things explained. My drawing number 2 looked like this, and it's a fairly alright drawing of a sideways cut view of an elephant inside of a snake. The elephant itself is not cut in half, but if the snake were in fact cut in half, you would see the elephant inside. 어른들은 나에게 속이 보였다 안 보였다 하는 보아뱀 그림 같은 거 말고 차라리 지리나 역사, 산수, 문법에 is that whom? Or is that whom? 흥미를 가져보라고 했어요. 그래서 나는 여섯 살 1, 2, 3, 4 하나 둘 셋 넷 다섯 여섯 okay so 6 okay 6살 where was I? Oh, I lost my place. Oh, fuck. Fuck, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Fuck. Okay, no, there it is. 6살 저게 저게 화기 no, it's 화가라는 어 멋진 직업을 했지요. 내 그림 제 1호와 제 제 2호의 실패로 용기를 잃었었던 어, 거예요. 어른들은 스스로는 아무것도 이해하지 못해요. 그렇다고 그대마다 매번 설명을 해주어야 하니까 어린 애인 나에겐 피곤한 일이에요. I approve that idea that he just threw a big black crocodile. It's entertaining to me. I think you should use your imagination to make this as entertaining as you possibly can. I think that a lot of people who teach I think that a lot of the problems that people have with picking up how to read or trying to convince other people to read comes from the fact that at no point does anyone say you should read stuff that you find entertaining, and if it's not entertaining, you should make it entertaining. I don't know, I think that more people would be encouraged to read if they were encouraged to just find stuff that they like. Or maybe I'm just kind of thinking about it in a weird way. I don't know, I read because I liked it. I still do. Imagination! Use your imagination. Alright, here we go. The grown-up's response this time was to advise me to lay aside my drawings of boa constrictors, whether from the inside or the outside, and devote myself instead to geography, history, arithmetic, and grammar. That is why, at the age of 6, I gave up what might have been a magnificent career as a painter. I had been disheartened by the failure of my drawing number 1 and my drawing number 2. Grown-ups never understand anything by themselves, and it is tiresome for children to be always and forever explaining things to them. Alright, we're almost at the end of, I think, the first chapter. So I'll read the first chapter in its entirety in English so you guys can understand it. 나는 다른 직업을 고라야 했어요. 그래서 비행이, I know that word, 비행이 조종을 배웠지요. 나는 세계의 여기저기 꽤 많은 곳을 비행해요. Oh, wait, is like 비행이 just mean like flying? So 비행이 would be like a flying machine and 비행 is just to fly? I actually didn't know that. I don't know. I will flat out admit my reading was held back by 4 years because I was made to read Ayn Rand in high school. Holy shit, I'm so sorry. Poor Ayn Rand, man. Imagine being that selfish and not, like, practical about it. 나는 oh wait, hold on. Okay. 사실 지리는 내게 아주 쓸모가 있어요. 안트 보고도 중국과 애리조나 에너전어를 구별할 수 있으니까요. 밤에 길을 잃었을 때 그런 지식은 유용했어요. So then I chose another profession and learned to pilot airplanes. I have flown a little over all parts of the world, and it is true that geography has been very useful to me. At a glance, I can distinguish China from Arizona. If one gets lost in the night, such knowledge is valuable. 나는 이렇게 살아오는 통한 수 없어요. 많은 사람들과 수 없이 많은 어, 접촉을 해요. 나는 어른들 속에서 오랫동안 살아왔어요. 나는 그를 아주 음, 가, 가까이에서 면밀하게 보아왔어요. 그러다고 해서 그들에 대한 내 생각이 크게 달라지지는 않았어요. Okay. In the course of this life, I have had a great many encounters with a great many people who have been concerned with matters of consequence. I have lived a great deal amongst grown-ups. I have seen them intimately, close at hand. And that hasn't much improved my opinion of them. Okay. 나는 좀 종면해 보이는 사람을 만나되면 항상 품고 다니던 내 그림체 1호를 보여주며 시험해 보곤 했어요. 그가 정말 이해력 있는 사람인지 알고 싶었던 거예요. 그러나 항상 여지든 남지든 관계 없이 이런 대답이 있어요. 그건 모자로군. 그러면 나는 보아뱀 이야기도 처녀림 이야기도 별 이야기도 꺼내지 않았어요. 나는 그들 위 수준에 맞추어서 브릿지, 골프, 청지, 넥타이, 타위에 대한 이야기를 했어요. 그러면 그 어른은 매우 부별 있는 사람을 얽게 되었다고 이줄 만족해 하는 것이었어요. Alright. I can't distinguish China from California at a glance. I need a geography career. I think that kind of argues that you should not have a geography career. You should, in fact, learn geography so then you can have a geography career. Wait, what? But China's like huge, like original Xbox huge. Oh man, that's pretty big. The Xbox was like enormous, right? It was at least as big as China. Oh, imagine. Imagine being Ayn Rand. Could not be me. Alright. Whenever I met one of them who seemed to me at all clear-sighted, I tried the experiment of showing him my drawing number 1, which I have always kept. I would try to find out, so, if this was a person of true understanding, but whoever it was, he or she would always say, "That is a hat." Then I would never talk to that person about boa constrictors or primeval forest or stars. I would bring myself down to his level. I would talk to him about bridge and golf and politics and neckties, and the grown-up would be greatly pleased to have met such a sensible man. Alright, let's go back to the beginning of that chapter and read it in English, because I can. Once when I was 6 years old, I saw a magnificent picture in a book called True Stories from Nature about the primeval forest. It was a picture of a boa constrictor in the act of swallowing an animal. Here's a copy of the drawing, and then there's a copy of a drawing of a snake eating an animal. In the book it said, boa constrictors swallow their prey whole without chewing it. After that they are not able to move, and they sleep through the 6 months that they need for digestion. I pondered deeply then over the adventures of the jungle, and after some work with a colored pencil, I succeeded in making my first drawing. My drawing number 1. It looked like this, and there was a hat. Thanks, Twange, I hate it. Of course you should be able to distinguish China from California. One is where my aunt lives, the other is where my aunt keeps in her cabinet. Boo! Boo! Boo, I hate it. Twangerine, I hate it. Fuck. Stupid. This story only gets funnier when you imagine his drawing as a big black crocodile. I showed my masterpiece to the grown-ups and asked whether the drawing frightened them. But they answered, "Frightened? Why should anyone be frightened by a hat?" My drawing was not a picture of a hat. It was a picture of a boa constrictor digesting an elephant. But since the grown-ups were not able to understand it, I made another drawing. I drew the inside of the boa constrictor so that the grown-ups could see it clearly. They always need to have things explained. My drawing number 2 looked like this, and there's the picture of the elephant inside of the boa constrictor. Why are you booing? I am right. You're right, but you're not correct. The grown-up's response this time was to advise me to lay aside my drawings of boa constrictors, whether from the inside or the outside, and devote myself instead to geography, history, arithmetic, and grammar. That is why, at the age of 6, I gave up what might have been a magnificent career as a painter. I had been disheartened by the failure of my drawing number 1 and my drawing number 2. Grown-ups never understand anything by themselves, and it is tiresome for children to be always and forever explaining things to them. So then I chose another profession and learned how to pilot airplanes. I have flown a little over all parts of the world, and it is true that geography has been very useful to me. At a glance, I can distinguish China from Arizona. If one gets lost in the night, such knowledge is valuable. In the course of this life, I have had a great many encounters with a great many people who have been concerned with matters of consequence. I have lived a great deal among grown-ups. I have seen them intimately, close at hand, and that hasn't much improved my opinion of them. Whenever I met one of them, who seemed to me at all clear-sighted, I tried the experiment of showing him my drawing number 1, which I have always kept. I would try to find out, so, if this was a person of true understanding, but whoever it was, he or she, would always say, "That is a hat." Then I would never talk to that person about boa constrictors or primeval forest or stars. I would bring myself down to his level. I would talk to him about bridge and golf and politics and neckties, and the grown-up would be greatly pleased to have met such a sensible man. Yes, you're right, but you're still out of line. It's actually, you're correct, but you aren't right.
Actually.
Man. I have, in my quest to find my Japanese version of this book, I have dug out 3 copies of this book. One entirely in English, one in Korean, English, and French, one only in Korean, and one only in Japanese. So I like this book quite a bit. I'm getting some perspective here. Homeboy is just out there trying to find the true men of culture who know what the drawing is. Yeah, yeah, he's trying. He is just a man of culture looking for fellow men of culture. This is correct. I wonder how far I can get in Japanese with this. The kanji is probably gonna kill me. Already. Oh no, 6歳の時. Yeah, I'm already done. I think this must be rainforest though, because it's got iki and then mori in it, which does. Or no, hayashi. I wonder if hayashi has a different reading if it's in a word, because all I know is hayashi. についてか、聞かれた本当の話という本で、I don't know what that one is. 一部の素晴らしい絵を見たことがあった。あ、あ、書かれているのは、is that like ikao? Because that's the word for face. Man, there's so much kanji here that I do not know. I'm probably gonna have to just read this one with like a kanji dictionary next to me, just trying to make sure that I actually read this correctly. No mikomu boa. こんな感じの絵だ。こんな感じの絵だ。こんな感じの絵だ。I don't know why that's so funny to me. It's just like, this is kind of how the picture looked. Okay. 本にはこう書いてあった。ボアは、生き物? I guess that would be like prey, which I actually don't know the word for prey. I feel like I should though. I mean, I've seen enough of Beastars to probably know what like an herbivore is, but prey, I actually don't know. 紙も Oh wow, there is exactly one furigana here. Good God, I want furigana. I'm just a baby, man. I just need furigana and I'll help, that'll help me so much. 紙もせず、丸ごとの見込むのです。するとも動けなくなって、I guess that must be digestion? にかかる6ヶ月の間、ずっと眠りこけています。それで僕はジャングルでのwhat would this word be? I actually don't know. Man, this is going great. についてじっくりと考え、今度は自分自 Oh man, I feel like I should know this reading, but I don't. It's got man, no, I know this word. It's not tsukao, it's because tsukao is to use. To make is tsukuru. Okay. Tsukuru, that's the one. Tsukuru, どこで作って初めての絵を仕上げることにこの感じがわかりません。僕の絵いちごそれはこうだった。僕はこのI don't know that one either. 大人たちに見せて、この I do not know that word either. desu ka? Oh no, I really do need a kanji dictionary for this. Ah, motherfucker. It's one of the easiest books to read on the planet, but without a kanji dictionary, I'm kind of shit out of luck here. 大人たちは、I feel like I should know this one, but I don't. が、怖いはずがないじゃな、がな、oh, whoa, 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 whoa. 怖いはずがないじゃない。僕が書いたのは、this word I don't know again, ではない。それは、wow, don't know any of these. Although, okay, that's kesu, and then that's soto, and then that's naka. Kesu, soto, naka. So maybe that's the word for like the inner? Because this is the part where he erases like the inner part of the elephant. So they can see inside. Maybe that's what it is. Wonder how you pronounce that. Noboa datta no da. そこで僕はボアのお腹の中を書いてみた。大人たちにもわかるように。大人っていつでもThis must be where he's saying like adults always need things explained to them. So is this like an explanation? Oh, what? Setsume? I think this might be the word for setsume. Setsume. I'm gonna actually look this one up because I really want to know if this is setsume or not. Setsume. Change my input to Japanese. Setsume. Setsume. Hey, yo, I was right! That's Setsume! Ha! Context clues. Saving my ass once again. Yeah, I'm a master at reading in Japanese. Oh god. Okay, so this is Setsume. Setsume shite yaranakute wa naranai. I find that it's really interesting that there are two ways to say you need something, or like there's several ways to say you need something in Japanese. If this is desired or needed, or if it has the quality of being required, you can say something ga hitsuyo. Hitsuyo is the word for I require this, or I am in need of this. It's very formal. If you need to say I need to do this, you say like これはしなきゃ, which is just a shortening of the phrase これをしなければいけません, which just means if I don't do this, it's I cannot continue. Which is so complicated, man. I had to learn that in one of my lives when I did go to Japan, and I was like, oh shit, I need to learn how to say, I need to go to this station, or I need to get to this shrine. And I knew what the word for station is, and I knew what the word for shrine is, but I didn't know how to say, I need to get here, or I need to go there. Ikanakya. Ikanakereba ikemasen. I guess you should add that list to your titles, Gomi. Master of Context Clues, Gomi the Omniscient, Gomi the Revealer, Gomi Bitter Mustard, Demon Bear. Things that people will never let go. The mustard incident. Good god. But yeah. The third way you say I need something, or something is needed, is to say, what is it again? Fucking. 説明してやらなくてはならない。 Mm. So it is like the verb and then uh nakute. So yara na, so not does not do this, and then in adverb form. So yara nakute wa um which is the particle, and then naranai, which I actually don't know why you use naranai. I know all I know I don't even know how to properly conjugate this now that I think about it. It's just I know if I say oh tabenakete wa naranai. I need to eat, or you need to eat, or just eating is required here. And it's like it's more casual, but for the life of and like I think that's what actual normal people say in conversation, because you do not say hitsuyo ga arimasu unless you are like in a completely formal situation. People say something kute ga na wa naranai in normal people conversation, but for the life of me, I have never once been in a normal conversation with a Japanese speaker, so I don't know how to actually conjugate it. I've never been thrown into a situation where I had to. Man, it's silly. I mean, for all the times I've been to Japan, I never really talk to anyone when I'm there. I just like sort of skate by because the meat flesh does look Asian. So I usually just kind of skate by. People just kind of assume once you know the basics. 手袋が必要ですか? Yeah, yeah, yeah. いらないです. And then you just get out of every single conversation just by being an introvert, you know? Oh man. I think that I would probably be much better served if I looked like a non Japanese person in Japan, because then people would be forced to either try to speak to me in English, or they would understand that my Japanese is really bad actually. Maybe I should just try just introducing myself, but just like domo Amerikajin desu. 日本語がわかりませんけど、間違えたことがあるから教えてくれてありがとうございます。 Oh man, someday, someday. Uh, but yeah, I think that's kind of the end of that. I have gotten to the end of the time I wanted to spend studying today. Oh, fuck. Okay, so I got through like one chapter, and it does help that the chapters in this book are pretty short. Let me see if there are like any specifically longer chapters. I'm gonna go through my actual English language version. Hmm. Okay, this is chapter 10. Chapter 11. Yeah, each chapter is about 3 pages long, and the print is pretty big. So. Hmm. The end of this book is so sad. Nice little closing stream. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll just end the stream by drawing a little bit. Very sugoi desu. Hontou ni sugoi deshita? Ah. それならありがとうございます. それならよければいいですよ. Arigato. I don't know. Maybe I'll just end by drawing a little bit. I don't know. But what do I draw though? I don't know what that actually means. Just funny anime word. You said it was pretty cool. And if I am pretty cool, that is what it is. Even for a vibe stream, I had a pretty good time. Not every stream has to be high energy. Yeah. I thank you for coming by and seeing if you like the vibes. I do appreciate it quite a bit. But yeah, I don't think that even every stream has to be for everybody, you know? I think that being able to say, hey, I'm in a mood for this kind of stream, or this other kind of stream, it's also a really good way to go. I do have my favorite streamers out there, my favorite VTubers and whatnot. But even then, sometimes I'll just skip out on their streams for like weeks and just watch other streamers do their shit. Because they don't they have a certain vibe that the other streamer that I really like doesn't have that week. And that's fine. Ariga, thanks. Gozai much. For being Koko ni iru yo. Oh, alright. It was actually an accurate description then. Nice. Yeah. I thought it was something like that, but I couldn't be sure. Yeah. You said that you were learning Japanese, right? Well, that's correct Japanese for you, so hey, you're one step closer to being Nihongo Jozu. The flaws of being pentalingual. Speak for yourself, I'm only trilingual, and you know, if you put all of my actual ability in all three languages together, I only know one language. So like, what I'm thinking is that if this jar here, or let's make it a mug for clarity. If this mug here held the entirety of my ability to speak, and the jar being full signify, the mug being full signified like me being able to express myself clearly in one language, I think that Korean would be about here. Oh shit. Japanese would be about here. I used to know Spanish, but I forgot it all. I live in Florida now. How the fuck can I not know this stuff? Well, you don't use it every day, right? On the one hand, you can be disappointed with yourself. On the other hand, that's no way to live a life. Just constantly disappointed with yourself. And here's English. And this little part up here, right up here, this is what we just call caveman. Because sometimes all you can do is just point and grunt. And you know what? That is okay. I live in Texas, and I barely understand Spanish. The only word in Spanish you need to know is ayuda, which just means help or danger. So, whenever you hear ayuda, just make a decision to run away or go towards the ayuda. You know? Siéntate aquí, por favor. Español. Wakarimasen. Alright. I'm gonna go over to the just chatting screen now. Hell yeah, my mug is 90% caveman. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! Caveman is a valid language. You can't prove me wrong. Don't bother trying. I think that even Eagle would probably, even after all the linguistics stuff she's learned, I think that Eagle would be like, as long as you're being understood and everybody in the person you're having the conversation with understands what you're saying, then that is a perfectly valid language. So yeah, I don't worry about it quite as much anymore, but I do still get to a point every once in a while because in some of my lives I did teach English. So I do get a point in my lives where I do get to a point sometimes, especially in published works where there's like supposed to be an editorial process involved, where I just get like, do you have editors? What are you doing? Especially when it comes to video games. There's that whole video games is art thing, and then no one bothered to even like bother to make sure that the English is correct. This is why video games will continue to get no respect. But, you know, I think that, on the other hand, people tend to look for reasons not to take other things seriously. And the more you make something perfect, the people who want to be dissatisfied with it will continue to be dissatisfied. All you can do is just please the people who, for whom that kind of thing is actually important and not just a point of contention. That's what you're actually making stuff for. So, unpleasable critics, not great. Pleasable critics, excellent. Anyway, that's enough of that. If you're watching the VOD for this, I hope you had a good time. I learned things today, hopefully. And that's always the goal here. And I think my next stream is going to be tomorrow at, I want to say somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern. I was gonna have a completely free day today, tomorrow, but some of my stuff got changed around and now I'm no longer as free. The harder you yeah, you have a nice day too, Evan. The harder you try to make something perfect, the more obsessed people will sift through to mock it. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I am broadcasting from a trash can, so I think that out of a lot of people, I should probably be the expert in what is acceptable quality. And what is acceptable quality is what people will accept from you. And sometimes people just want trash. I mean, several people seem to want trash from what I see following me on Twitch. And I'm not gonna judge that. It's really not my choice, is it? You guys are the one who want to follow me after all. Alright, that really does have to be it. I want to brush my teeth and go to work. You have a wonderful day. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow. I will play Hades? Oh my god. I don't know if I'm gonna play Hades. It'll be a long time since my last Hades stream, I'll tell you that. I'll give it a shot. Alright. You guys take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.